Good morning. So it's a big game week. I think I'm using my triple captain. However, I want to run by you guys. I was considering last night using my free hit. I haven't put together a free hit draft, but the joy of a late deadline today is that I could maybe do it later this morning. I did, however, put together a team for game week 34 where I'm only using my 3 free transfers, and I'll put it here so you can see what we're working with. But I will be taking out Sarr from Bumo, and then my front 3, I will be taking out, I had Mateta there for Wood, and then Marmoush for João Pedro, because I do like the look of Brighton's fixtures. I'm just looking at it here. They've got West Ham United that week, then they've got Newcastle, then Wolves, penalty taker, stunning, great. And then Chris Wood is just the man, the myth, the legend. And then Bumo, I feel a bit weird not owning him, and where I did own him briefly a few game weeks ago, it went well because he got a penalty and he's just the penalty king. So there is a chance that I will free hit this week, but I will have to put together a team in the next couple of hours, and I'm going out for an Easter hot chocolate. When I show you this hot chocolate when I'm there, it's over the top. But that's the plan. If not, will I be using transfers? Maybe. Who have I got? I made a list. Here are some players that I'm considering bringing in this game week. And then, like I said, the triple captain may get activated. Okay, I've made some notes for this one. My transfer options. My original plan when I wildcarded for this game week was to do Palmer to Saka, which I think I'll still probably do, and then Isak to Watkins. Don't think I'm going to be doing that. Pretty happy with Rodgers. If I was going to go for another Villa player, there is a temptation to do Watkins, but I'm not sure about his minutes. And I really like the look of Rashford, but because I've already got a midfielder, I think I'm fine with Villa. So I may use the second free transfer. Now, single game week players cannot be overlooked this game week, because if there's anything I've learned this season, it's to not focus or hyperfixate on the double game weeks. Do feel a bit reluctant about having triple Palace now, but in an ideal world, that will pay off this game week. But in terms of single game week players, I like the look of Mbumo and Bowen. Bowen is one, if you watched the live stream with FPL Have a Beer, Gary, I was really hyping him up. But I don't think I will be going for Bowen this week, despite the very appealing fixture. And I did look, if we look through his player history. So the thing that put me off Bowen, yes, he got 7 points against Bournemouth, obviously been injured. Leicester at home, he did well, that was 6 points. And then Arsenal away, came away with 10 points. Before that, he was out. But he doesn't really have massive hauls in him. There was Ipswich at home in game week 7. He managed to get 12 points thanks to 1 goal, 1 assist. But I don't think West Ham, their recent results, 2-1 loss to Liverpool, 2-2 draw, 1-0 loss, 1-1 draw, 1-0 loss, 2-0 win. They haven't got haul potential, shall we say. And as much as I would love to have Bowen for Southampton, it is a home fixture. I just don't know if, in my head, my dream world is that he will come away with a hat-trick. I just don't think it's going to happen. And I think for a transfer, I should probably focus on a double game week player. If there's anything I've learned this season, it's to not focus or hyperfixate on the double game week. So that brings me to my double game week players that I'm considering. Trossard, Saka, Moreno, De Bruyne, Saliba. Should we go through them all? Now, the sensible play, I think, would be to do Palmer to Saka and then upgrade a player, one of my defence, to Saliba. And that's quite safe. It gives me double Arsenal defence. I've already got Raya in goal. But it's boring. And at this point of the season, I need to take more risks because it's just not going very well, is it? And I did say to Az the other week, when people bought in Barnes, and then there was some captaincy shouts for him as well, and it paid off really well, maybe I need to use my triple captain on someone that's not quite as obvious, but still has the potential to do well. So then that brings me to De Bruyne, Moreno and Trossard. Now, De Bruyne I would love to bring in, absolutely adore it, and he played really well last week, but Triggerlips made a very good point again on Gary's channel, and that was that he was playing against Palace, so it wasn't the most difficult of fixtures. And maybe that's why we saw him playing so well and confidently. And even though Man City do have the double game week, I'm just not... Even when people were bringing back Haaland, I wasn't there with them because I don't think they're the City that we're used to. And De Bruyne, I would love to bring in. It would feel very poetic to bring him in. He gets a hat-trick, saves my team, amazing. But we're not in the past. I don't see it happening. And then in terms of City assets, I'm happy with just Marmoush and I'm happy with Vardiol in defence. And I don't think I need to triple up. I think Pep Roulette has caught me out many seasons in a row and I'm not here for that. So De Bruyne's probably off. So that brings me to Trossard or Moreno. Now Trossard, there's some players I've just got this real fondness of. And there's Trossard, McAllister and Brennan Johnson. Trossard, it could be a really fun punt. I prefer Arsenal's double, so let's not overthink it. I prefer Arsenal's double to City's. And obviously Palace's, but I've already got triple Palace for whatever reason. So Trossard is one. And I think Trossard, should we look at his history? Let's get some stats. I was reading an article that said about Sarr's underlying data being really good. And I thought, oh, should I risk a captaincy on him? But I'm not feeling that wild. So if we compare the stats with Trossard and Moreno, there's not a lot in it, I'll be honest. Obviously, Trossard has had more starts. He's had 5 goals, 6 assists. And Moreno has had 6 goals and 2 assists. That is good going in 14 starts. Okay. And then in terms of ownership, they're both under 5%. So they're both good differentials. And I think I will be going for Saka just for the comfort. Because I think and then I could captain, I don't know who to captain. Let's think about transfers first. It's between Trossard and Moreno, I think. So I'll do Palmer to Saka and then one of those two in. Or I could do the Saliba, but then that's a bit boring, isn't it? Saliba's ownership's probably super high and I'm already covered with defence. So that's the dilemma. Right, I've talked myself out. I'm not going to free hit because it's too much of a rush. And as much as I do like the team that I had planned for Game Week 34, I think having a free hit, I'll just be jealous next game week that everyone's got their free hit. And then when am I going to use my triple captain? So triple captain. Okay, triple captain this week. We're going to bring in Palmer for Saka. Maybe I should just do that transfer now. No, I'm not going to. This is my team, by the way, as it stands. The captaincy is on Marmoush. You can see I haven't made any transfers. If I was going to transfer out someone for Trossard and Moreno, it'd probably be Murphy. And that's more because I can't deal with Murphy points on my bench. That's another thing. Bench boosters this week. Very envious because I could just bench. If I bring in Saka, I'll have to bench Isak. That's my gut instinct, to follow the double game week players rather than the single. If there's anything I've learned this season, it's to not focus or hyperfixate on the double game weeks. So Saka and Murphy and Livramento would be on my bench, and that could be a hefty bench boost. Oh God, I could be looking at much. I'm annoyed. Am I annoyed? I used my bench boost last week, wasn't happy about it. I don't think it went as well as I was expecting. And maybe I should have held off. But then I've got my triple captaincy this week. So it'll be good if the chips can just keep me up there with other chip users. I'm stressing. I'm going to go for a walk, have a think. And then I'll get back to you on the Trossard versus Moreno debate. I'm stressed. Okay, when I get back, I'm definitely going to do Trossard and Saka in for Murphy and Palmer. I'm not changing my mind. I'll be home in like 5 minutes. So that is completely locked in. Now I need to think about the triple captaincy. Part of me thinks maybe I just go with Marmoush because I think he'll be the most popular captain, probably the most nailed like starts and whatever. Saka's a risk, and then Trossard is just like fun. Part of me really wants to go for Trossard. I wrote in the SKLW group that I was torn between Trossard and Moreno as a punt. So I'll see how I feel by the time I get back. I think I'm going to captain Trossard. That's my thought, because I need to catch up. If it pays off, his ownership's already low, his captaincy will be lower, and then triple captaincy will be like, whoo, amazing if he does anything. And also, I've got Saka and Marmoush, so if they do go off, at least I'm getting 50% of their points anyway. So I'm not fully behind. It's just not great that I haven't captained them. But hopefully, having those two plus Trossard... Oh, I don't know. It's nerve-wracking. I think I'm going to go for that. I think also I'm more confident in him starting both. Plus, I prefer Arsenal's fixtures. But he's not on penalties. If Saka gets a penalty, will I be upset? I don't know. Oh, this game. It's such a stupid decision. Because they're probably all a blank anyway, knowing how this season is going. But at the moment, it's on Trossard. Right, I've texted Az and said, do I triple captaincy Trossard for fun or just play it safe with Saka or Marmoush? He has said Saka probably won't start both, but I'd rather him. Trossard's a wild punt that could save your season, and Marmoush is sensible. I asked my friend, she phoned me, and I was like, random question, shall I captain? Who should I captain? She said Saka because that's the only one she's heard of. Now I'm leaning towards Saka because he is on penalties. And if Arsenal get a penalty and he's on the pitch and he gets it and he scores, I'll be annoyed. And I don't know. I've made a mistake and I'm going to hold my hands up. I just went on Twitter and everyone has got the captaincy on Marmoush, and that's made me more nervous. The thing is, I don't like the fixtures. I think Everton, it will be tough to get a goal past them. And then who's the second fixture? And then they've got Villa at home. I can see them scoring against Villa, but Oh, it's just not an Ipswich Palace, is it? Ipswich will definitely concede, and then Palace, from what we've seen recently, it's not going too well, which is great having Munoz in my defence. If I get a clean sheet from him in this game week, that's an absolute miracle. But maybe I just go for Marmoush. Whoa, Marmoush, Trossard or Saka. It might have to be Marmoush. That is so boring when I've just been going, I'm not sure whether to captain or triple captain Marino or Trossard. At least I brought Trossard in. And then I think the captaincy's on Marmoush. But then am I overthinking this? Do I just target the easier fixtures? That probably makes more sense. But then I think Marmoush is just a bit more stable. I mean, I say Marmoush one more time in this video, Yelena. Marmoush, the last couple of games. Okay, game week 32, he did score against Palace. I should know that because he's been in my team. Blanked against Manchester United, scored against Leicester, that was at home. Managed to get 3 bonus points. Before that, Brighton. So he's had 7 points, 2 points, 9 points, 12 points. And then you compare that to Trossard, who has had 9-1, 3-1. So maybe. But then I saw a stat that Marmoush this season has not scored away from home, and the first fixture is away from home. Maybe that leans it. I think I'm going to go Marmoush. I'm sorry, that is so boring. I'm a wimp. Last minute, changed the captaincy to Saka. I think it's in between. I think Marmoush is the safe pick, Trossard is the wild punt, and then Saka's just a bit in between. I'm not expecting him to start. Are they playing today or tomorrow? Whenever they play Ipswich, I'm not expecting a start, but I think 20 minutes of Saka against Ipswich could be good. And then hopefully a start against Palace, and they're looking quite depleted. So we should be okay. Oh, nervous. If Marmoush outscores him, there's no words. It's my own fault. But I think that's too boring. I think Trossard's probably too risky. Saka's the one in the middle. We'll see. Anyway, I'm going to go for a run because I need to let out the stress over a stupid fantasy football game. I'm just about to head out, but De Bruyne starts, so I feel a little bit panicky about not going for him. But it's the early kickoff, well, one of, so it gets out of the way if he does go mad, and then I'll just have to dread the second fixture. But we'll see what the score is when I get back. Hello everyone, I haven't vlogged today, but
Hello! Hands in my mouth.
A fun reveal! We are planning to do a match of the day challenge in some form. I need to move. Anyway, we're doing a match of the day challenge because we had a very wholesome Easter today.
I'm so tired.
Oh no, he's hungover. He had his big night out with Mark and Andy and Luke.
Yeah, but also the kids. The kids were lovely today, but Jesus Christ, kids have got energy.
As was Big Scary Bear, which was fun. Anyway, we don't know what's going on. So, what are your fears?
Oh, I've got so many. I mean, Saka not starting would be killer for both of us, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I'm starting to have regrets that my captaincy, because as reminded me, because I was thinking of captaining Trossard, and one of my logical reasons behind it, or not just Trossard, what were we just saying?
What? Oh, it's going to be a high energy stream today. You weren't saying anything. You were literally just talking. Okay.
Hello again. I forgot what I was saying. So, right. My season's been awful. So I was talking to Az in the week and I said what I need to do is captain someone that no one's captaining. Then I realised I haven't...
captain someone that no one else was captaining, you said.
Anyway, I haven't done that. I kind of have, but I kind of haven't. I've gone for Saka. But now I'm having regrets that I should have gone for Trossard. And do you know why? Because it turns out Mark Southerns was meant to go for Trossard, but accidentally used his free hit.
Yeah, but he bottled it as well, went for Saka captain. If Trossard goes off though, you're still going to gain a lot of rank. He's very low owned.
Yeah. But I'm also scared about Salah because we saw what Mbemo did yesterday.
Yeah, but he's not Big Brian.
So I'm a bit worried about Salah. What else am I worried about? I think that's all. I'm worried that Chelsea's lost to Fulham, which...
Well, I would expect you to lose to Fulham.
I think on Gary's stream I said 2-1 to Chelsea. I think I was optimistic about Chelsea.
I said 2-1 Fulham.
Oh, for God's sake. My dad said that we're going to lose as well, so that's going to be fun.
And who else is playing today?
Man U.
Oh yeah, Man U Wolves.
Strand
Larsen, couple of goals for him.
Yeah, he's going to have scored. You just know it.
Aït-Nouri hat-trick.
Oh, no. If Aït-Nouri even just gets a clean sheet, I'll be annoyed. And I think that's about it.
Obviously, I need a Saka haul, an Arsenal clean sheet, a Liverpool clean sheet for Bradley, and I don't know what we want. I think Salah's like exactly on 100% EO.
Oh, so my dream, pulled your tummy out. My dream would be that Saka gets a brace.
Yeah, Saka brace would be wonderful.
But after Marmoush blanking yesterday, just a goal or an assist, I'd be happy with.
Do you think he starts?
No, not for this. Is it Ipswich today?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he'll start against Ipswich. But if he comes on at like 60 minutes and then Ipswich are a bit more depleted and then he can go... Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah, I reckon he gets 30 minutes today and starts against Palace.
which I'd be happy with. Because Ipswich is the one that I think he needs less minutes for anyway.
Yeah.
So 2 goals from Saka, assisted by Trossard. And then who else have I got playing? Salah, probably want him to blank.
I think probably.
Probably want Salah to blank. And I think that's all I've got.
You got Arsenal defence. You got Raya.
I've got Raya. I think they'll keep a clean sheet. I'm feeling confident about that. And also, it's a double game week, so even if they don't, I'm not really too fussed.
I'm having a horrendous week going into this. I'm on 15 points.
Really?
Yeah.
I was on 23,
Triple
I think.
Palace attack, all blanking. Marmoush blanking.
You had Vardyard, didn't you?
Yeah, Varda, but no Mbeumo, no Bowen, no
Fun.
Munoz, got a clean sheet.
Hi, I just thought of another fear. Would you like to hear my other fear? Marino goes big. Because I was so stuck. Marino?
Oh,
Arsenal.
Oh, the Arsenal, yeah.
Because I was so torn between him and Trossard. If he's the one, I will melt.
Trossard was a better pick than Marino, so I think.
Another transfer I was thinking of doing. I'm just getting all my bits in now so that everyone could be like, oh, so she was thinking of doing the one that did well. I was also thinking of bringing in Saka and then upgrading one of my defenders to Saliba because I had the money, but I didn't do that. So if Saliba's got any goals from his set pieces,
well, I
look emo. Look at this hair.
Very emo. I nearly did KDB over Saka and Marmoush captain. So if Saka can get anything today, then I'm probably going to be up on that.
This isn't a fashion choice of just obviously using one hand for the camera and then this hand is stuck. It's so boring not having... Can you move my hair? It's so boring not having fantasy football. We're watching Catfish. We don't really know what to do with ourselves, do we?
We just watched The Last of Us. That was good.
That was good. Thoroughly enjoyed. I just cut myself off. If you've watched Last of Us, episode 1, let us know what you think in the comments.
He scored. Is that a Saka assist? Yeah. The dream. That is the dream.
Early as well.
Oh my god, my triple captains never work.
Oh, I think
Odegaard.
I think Odegaard might touch it.
Stop. I should have gone for triple Arsenal attack.
You're never happy, are you?
I'm stressed because my triple captain is in this.
I know, Trossard.
And I went rogue with my transfers.
Imagine if Marino scored. What if Marino scored? Then you didn't have Trossard, did you? So you didn't have Trossard, so you're doing all right. I'll look at Saka again.
I'm going to remind you of this when you're crying over something.
Morning. The Easter shenanigans continue. We've had a lovely morning running around the woods, my niece and nephew. But I had a terrible night's sleep because I just kept thinking what if about Trossard. And I know Az told me in my live stream last night, get over it. And I will, but I won't. Because that would have been iconic to triple captain him. But
you'd have overtaken me in points.
Yeah, I would have overtaken Az in points. Come back of the century. I have caught up well. But today we have got Forest playing, so I'm so sorry Forest fans, but I'm hoping Spurs score so Milenkovic doesn't. To be fair, my defenders have done well this week, so if there is a Milenkovic clean sheet on the bench, it's not the worst thing in the world. And then you...
Oh, there he goes.
Goodness me. What have you got player-wise? Anything Spurs or Forest?
I've got Milenkovic on the bench.
A lot of people have benched the Serb this week.
I don't think Spurs are going to score.
Even though it's a home game for them.
I feel like my poor little thing.
If you remember when we did Match of the Day challenge with Az and Mark, Az and I went to the arcade and we won these, and Az's has exploded.
I think it's an accurate summation of my game week so far.
Yeah, it's quite sad. Whereas mine is just...
You're just living.
Chuggling along.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's going to be too much from today, so don't expect much from me, because I'm not massively invested in tonight's game. I probably will watch it, but I'm not going to stress, unless Milenkovic goes mad, which I don't think is going to happen. So stay tuned.
Oh my god.
That was really effective.
I do it every year.
We come to you with good news. Fixed and
What's fixed?
home just after kickoff. Forest are already 1-0 up, but exciting. Chris Wood scored and it was ruled out as offside, so It's gonna happen. He's gonna get a goal, and he needs to come back into my team at some point before the end of the season, but who knows when. We're running out of weeks. I will be free hitting next game week. Maybe I'll bring him in, not sure. But it's looking good. Chris Wood has scored a goal and the Cats are going crazy. I'm so happy. I'll put a screenshot because I literally just messaged Rupert saying it's going to happen. And then what happens? Chris Wood scores. He's inevitable. I've seen enough. I need to shower and get ready for bed because I'm knackered. So I'll be watching the rest of the game and probably falling asleep to it. So this will be me signing out for the evening. I'm going to predict... Oh, Forest going to concede. I mean, Spurs really should get something, especially because they're playing at home. And Sam from FPL Family's there, and I feel so sorry for her having to sit through this. But I think Chris was going to score again. I'm going to say they're going to keep the lead, and it will be 2-0. 2-0 to Forest. So we'll see how that pans out tomorrow. Good evening. I've been horizontal and eating Easter eggs, and I thought there's something I'm forgetting, and it was you, because I completely forgot to vlog. So it's the second half of the Villa game, and I was in two minds about watching this because obviously I haven't captained Marmoush. Now I'm not anti Marmoush points. I would love to see the man thrive and get some goals. I just need Saka to outscore whatever he does. But so far, it's 1-0. Who scored? It looked like a Marmoush assist, but it wasn't. I was watching it and I was like, that's not going to count. That's not going to count. And it didn't, which is good. I think it was Bernardo Silva goal, but I'll check that if it's wrong. And then a Marcus Rashford penalty. So hats off to Rashford owners. Watkins didn't start the game today. Didn't start the game today. He wasn't in the starting 11, so I'm sure he'll come on at some point. But Rashford was on the pitch, took the penalty, went in. Lovely stuff. 1-0. Vardy clean sheet has gone. And the most exciting update in the last 5 minutes, 55 minutes now, is that Rodgers got booked. Which is fine. The joy of a double game week, because even with Vardy losing the clean sheet in this game, I'm not that fussed because he got it in the last game, so we've still got 6 points. And that's all I've got to say for now. So it'll be nice if something good happens for my team. I think I'm probably mostly backing Rodgers to win. A little bit annoyed, obviously, if Villa do, even if they draw, they're going to go above Chelsea in the table. We're currently joint 6th. But they'll go above us by 1 point, which isn't great. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Also just remembered, because he just took a corner, De Bruyne started. So, I mean, so far he hasn't had anything. And I think I really liked the idea of bringing in De Bruyne because I was romanticising him as an option. And it could be that he goes on to get a brace in the final 30 minutes. I don't think it will happen. I think he might actually come off soon. But there's definitely going to be a game, mark my words, before the end of the season that he just goes off. It could even be the final game week that we see the former De Bruyne. Anyway, nostalgic. I've got nothing to say. I'm so boring when I'm on my own. Oh my goodness. Not only have I whipped open now a crunchy egg, John McGinn is pulling up his socks. So it looks like we're going to have McGinn coming on. Hooray! Hooray for John McGinn! I wish I had my McGinn shirt here because I would wave it with pride. I've got my Chris Wood shirt, but obviously that was last night. And he scored, legend. But nothing else to say. Nothing else to say until King McGinn comes onto the pitch and changes the pace of the game with a last-minute winner. Oh my god, I thought he was already on the pitch. So that means he didn't start this week. I thought he was a guaranteed starter. I'm going to check the lineups to see if there are any more surprises that I've completely missed. Hey! There he is! Legend! John McGinn to win everything. John McGinn. Right, what in the world is this? Firstly, this Easter egg is completely crushed. So I obviously got one that was battered, probably by a sibling of mine. Look at that. That's the state I've found my egg in. And then the size of this crunchy. Why have they done fun size nowadays? Is this Jamie Oliver? That is shocking. I thought it was going to be at least a full-size crunchy. Definitely nothing else in the box. That is not ideal. Not to fill you with too much negativity when I have just thrown out that horrific Easter egg incident. Vardy just got booked. That's sad. But, as I said a few clips before, when I was feeling a bit jollier, more optimistic about the state of the world, at least I got the previous clean sheet. So, Could be worse. Could be a lot worse. At least it's not an own goal. At least it's not a red. So many things. We're looking on the positive side. But to be honest, this game being not very lively is great for me. I think I'm happy with how it's going. I feel so sad for Emery. They just said he looks crestfallen, and that's the best description, crestfallen. Context, hello. Context, City just scored in the 93rd, 94th minute, and a stat came up before saying that Villa have conceded the most goals in added time, and it's happened 2-1. I mean, on the plus side, at least now we're still level with them, Chelsea that is. But, at least Pep's happy. I haven't seen him, oh my goodness, I haven't seen him that happy in ages. I was just doing a little jog. Oh God, they've just shown crestfallen Emery. The range of emotions. Rodgers went off, by the way, so there's not much to say. I mean, if Villa were to equalise now, I'd be excited. I haven't been that excited about this game, but I would be. But I don't think it's going to happen. Interesting. So City at the moment are third, and then Chelsea are joint sixth, but slightly ahead. Slightly ahead. You know what I mean? Oh, the emotions. So many emotions. This game. I've got a tear, but it's just I think hay fever. Not that you care, so I'll go. Full time, that went as well as I think it could. I mean, I would have liked something from Rodgers, but not really that fussed, to be honest. So, it's still going on. Oh, I thought it'd finished. Well, I'm going to act like it's finished because I'm sure nothing more will happen. And that's it. One more game to go. Saka captaincy. Oh, I'm nervous about tomorrow. I feel like I've got an exam. We'll see how it goes. Triple captain. I need to return on the triple captain. At least I still have the hope to get me through another 24 hours. Because if I'd have triple captain Marmoush, that would have been disappointing. And I need to get over the Trossard thing because he's enough of a differential for it to help me anyway. But anywho, Saka, a return. And this game means so much to Arsenal, and Palace just haven't looked great anyway. And I've already got my Muniz clean sheet, so again, they can go wild. Oh, I'm nervous. I hope I sleep. This is so stupid. I need to get a life. Oh, I've got mixed signals. Trossard's just scored, so that's 3 goals in 2 games. Obviously really pleased that I own him. Imagine, I know I keep saying this throughout this vlog, I know it's annoying, but imagine if I'd have triple captained him. I'm editing the vlog now, and I'm watching the bit where I'm talking about captaincy, and just so annoyed at myself for not taking the risk. But at least in my team, the ownership's low. Positive thinking. Saka's coming off on at 59 minutes, 23 seconds. Come on, Saka. A goal, any kind of return, just something to make the triple captaincy slightly worth it. Ozil is off for Sarr. I'm not really that fussed if Sarr does too much, but it'll be great for my team, obviously. But we're going to focus on that captaincy. Arsenal just had a goal ruled offside, and I'll be honest, I didn't care because Saka wasn't involved in it. However, what I do care about is the injustice if you're an Arsenal player and you want that goal. So who should score now? Saka. That's the logic I'm using. Please, there's 72 minutes. We're running out of time. There's still enough time for Saka to get something. Oh, Tyreek Mitchell with a really good save. Saka almost had it. That's so... This game, I think... I'm just watching the watch along. You can probably hear it. Where's my remote? Hold on. I was going to say they're about to see it. They're like 20 seconds behind.
Do you know what? That would have made me happy.
Oh, wow. That's a great save by Anderson.
Saka off the line. I think that's a bit of an exaggeration.
What do you mean? He's standing on the line?
Okay, he's being sassy, but exactly how I feel.
This is my first commentary.
Help, please. A Saka return, please. I've got such mixed emotions. Mateta just scored, which means Arsenal have equalised, which means they need a goal, which means Saka is going to have more motivation than ever, but also Mateta scored, which really helps my team. Hooray! I don't know how I feel. I think it's excited. I'm happy. Interesting, because... I forgot. Okay, it's 88 minutes. I just don't think there's going to be a goal, which is devastating. So I'm going to go have a shower and get ready for bed. The game week's been fine. I've done well. I've got Trossard, he's a differential. It's the triple captaincy, and I will stop mentioning it after this vlog, I promise. But God, I'm annoyed. I wish I just took more of a risk. I'd be around the top 100k now, which would be massive with a couple of game weeks to go. But yeah, probably can't wait for the season to be over, to be truthful. Anywho, thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you next vlog. Bye guys.